Hello everyone! I've faced some of the planet's most extreme environments, from the highest peaks to the densest jungles. I've navigated treacherous terrain where one wrong step means disaster. But sometimes, the greatest dangers aren't found in the wild, but on the roads that humans have carved into it. Imagine inching along a cliff edge in the Himalayas, a constant threat of landslides looming above you. Picture the sheer organized chaos of the streets of Vietnam, a river of steel and humanity. Or think about crossing a decaying, abandoned bridge in the heart of Siberia with icy water churning below. These are not just roads, they are tests of nerve, skill, and sometimes pure luck. These paths push vehicles and their drivers to the absolute limit. They are arteries of life for some, and adrenaline-fueled challenges for others. From high-altitude passes carved through mountains to urban jungles teeming with millions, each road has its own unique story, its own set of dangers, and its own brand of beauty. They demand respect, they demand focus, and they often demand a will to survive. These are places where the line between a routine journey and a life-or-death struggle is incredibly thin. Today, we'll explore some of the most bizarre and unusual roads in the world, the ones that make your palms sweat just by looking at them. We're going to journey to the frozen wastes of Siberia, the dizzying heights of the Andes, and the crowded markets of Southeast Asia. We'll see engineering marvels and terrifying mistakes, all from the relative safety of your screen. It's going to be thrilling and maybe a little scary. Buckle up, let's get it on. Our first stop takes us deep into the frozen heart of Siberia, to a place called Kwanda. Here lies a structure that blurs the line between a bridge and a death trap, the Kwandinsky Bridge. Stretching over 570 meters across the powerful Vitim River, this bridge was originally intended for a railway that was never completed. Now, it's just a decaying metal skeleton, a relic of a forgotten project, left to the mercy of the brutal Siberian elements. There are no guardrails, nothing to stop you from plunging into the icy waters below. It's just you, your vehicle, and a narrow track of rotting wooden planks laid over a rusty metal frame. The planks are often broken or missing, slick with ice for most of the year, and constantly shifted by the wind. Driving on it is officially banned, deemed far too dangerous for any vehicle. But in this remote part of the world, necessity is the mother of all courage. For the locals in nearby Kwanda, it's a vital, albeit terrifying, shortcut. Taking the long way around could add hours, even days, to their journey. So they risk it. Truckers, laden with supplies, also brave the crossing, their heavy vehicles groaning over the fragile structure. To cross this bridge, you need more than just a 4x4. You need nerves of steel and an immense amount of trust in your own driving ability. One gust of wind, one slippery patch of ice, one moment of hesitation, and it's all over. Locals often drive with their windows open so they can bail out quickly if the vehicle starts to go over the edge. It's a raw, unfiltered example of human resilience and risk-taking in the face of an unforgiving environment. This isn't just a road, it's a tightrope walk over a frozen abyss. From the frozen plains of Siberia, we travel to the towering peaks of the Karakoram mountain range, a place where nature's power is on constant, dramatic display. Here, along the legendary Karakoram highway connecting Pakistan and China, lies a modern engineering marvel born from disaster, the Atabad Lake tunnels. In 2010, a catastrophic landslide thundered down the valley, blocking the Hunza River and creating a massive new body of water, now known as Atabad Lake. The rising waters submerged villages and swallowed a 24-kilometer stretch of the vital highway, cutting off communities and trade. For years, the only way to cross was by loading vehicles onto small, precarious boats and ferrying them across the stunning, yet treacherous turquoise lake. It was a slow, dangerous, and unsustainable solution. The answer was to go not around the water, but through the mountains themselves. Engineers embarked on a monumental task, blasting and boring a new route through the solid rock of the Karakorams. The result is a series of 5 state-of-the-art tunnels, collectively stretching over 7 kilometers. These aren't just any tunnels. They are located at an altitude of over 2,500 meters in a geologically active zone. Driving through them is a surreal experience. You enter the darkness of the mountain, surrounded by smooth concrete and bright lights, and then burst out into the dazzling, high-altitude sunlight, with the impossibly blue lake on one side and jagged, snow-capped peaks on the other. It's a testament to human ingenuity, a road that exists only because nature first tried to erase it. It's a journey through the very heart of the mountain. Now for a road that needs no introduction, a name that sends a shiver down the spine of even the most seasoned travelers, El Camino de la Muerte, the Death Road. Officially known as the Yungas Road in Bolivia, this stretch of gravel and dirt earned its infamous nickname for a very good reason. For decades, it was statistically the most dangerous road in the world, claiming an estimated 200 to 300 lives every single year. It's a place where the mountain demands a heavy toll. The road plummets nearly 3,500 meters from the high-altitude plains near La Paz down into the lush, humid Amazon rainforest. It's incredibly narrow, barely the width of a single vehicle in many places, with no guardrails to protect you from the sheer 600-meter drops. To make matters worse, traffic flows on the left-hand side, a holdover from the days of British engineers. This forces drivers on the cliff edge to get a better view of their wheel placement, putting them perilously close to the abyss. During the rainy season, from November to March, the danger is amplified. Rain and fog severely limit visibility, sometimes to just a few feet. Waterfalls cascade onto the road, turning the dirt track into a slick, muddy river, and rockfalls are a constant, unpredictable threat. Though a newer, safer, paved road has since been built, the old death road remains a macabre tourist attraction, drawing thrill-seeking cyclists and motorists from all over the world. They come to test their courage against the legend, to feel the chilling proximity of the void on one of the planet's most notorious paths. In the remote, rugged western region of Nepal, there is a road that is both a lifeline and a constant source of peril, the Karnali Highway. This 232-kilometer stretch of road snakes its way through the foothills of the Himalayas, connecting the isolated Karnali region to the rest of the country. It's a journey through some of the most breathtaking scenery on Earth, but it's also a battle against the elements and the terrain itself. This isn't a highway in the sense you might imagine. For much of its length, it's a narrow, unpaved, and incredibly treacherous dirt track. The road is infamous for its instability. It's carved into the sides of steep hills, making it highly susceptible to landslides, especially during the monsoon season. Entire sections can be washed away in an instant, leaving vehicles and passengers stranded for days, sometimes weeks. The surface is a mix of dust in the dry season and a deep, clinging mud when it rains, making traction a constant struggle. It's a slow, bone-jarring ride, where progress is measured in inches, not miles per hour. Reports have classified as much as 85% of this highway as unsafe for travel. It's a shocking statistic, but one that comes as no surprise to the people who rely on it daily. Every year, dozens of fatalities are recorded here, from vehicles sliding off the muddy cliffs to being buried by falling debris. Despite the dangers, buses packed with people and trucks loaded with essential goods crawl along its length every day. For the communities of the Karnali zone, this terrifying road is their only connection to the outside world, a dangerous gamble they are forced to take. We leave the desolate mountain passes and plunge into a completely different kind of danger, the urban jungle of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Here, the threat isn't from landslides or cliff edges, but from the sheer overwhelming volume of traffic. With a population of over 9 million people and an estimated 8 million registered scooters, the streets are not just roads, they are living, breathing rivers of steel, rubber, and humanity. There is a rhythm to it, a kind of organized chaos, but for an outsider, it is utterly bewildering. The scooter is king here. They are the lifeblood of the city, used for everything from commuting to work, to taking the kids to school, to transporting goods. It's not uncommon to see a single scooter carrying a family of 4, or stacked high with anything from live chickens to massive panes of glass. They weave and flow around the cars and buses with incredible agility, filling every available gap. Traffic lights and lanes often feel like mere suggestions, as a constant stream of two-wheelers filters through intersections in a complex, unspoken dance. Crossing the street as a pedestrian is an adventure in itself. The trick isn't to wait for a gap, because there won't be one, but to step out into the flow and walk at a steady, predictable pace. The river of scooters will magically part and flow around you. It requires a leap of faith and nerves of steel. This isn't just congestion, it's a high-speed, high-density ballet where millions of individual journeys merge into one single, chaotic, and mesmerizing spectacle of human movement. It's a different kind of wild. Our next story comes from the quiet community of Beaver, Arkansas, and a bridge that became famous, not for its grandeur, but for a moment of heart-stopping terror. This is the tale of the Little Golden Gate, a one-lane wooden suspension bridge built in 1949. For decades, it served as a crucial link for the local community, a charming and picturesque crossing over the White River. It was a beloved local landmark, but underneath its quaint exterior, time was taking its toll. The moment of truth came one day when a tour bus, filled with passengers, started to cross. The bridge had a weight limit, but it was often ignored. As the heavy bus reached the center of the span, a terrifying sound echoed through the valley, the crack of straining timber. The old wooden deck began to sag dramatically under the immense weight, dipping precariously towards the water below. The bus driver, thinking fast, slammed the vehicle into reverse, slowly and carefully backing off the groaning structure. The images of the bridge, bent into a deep U-shape but miraculously not breaking, were shocking. It was a wake-up call for the entire community. The bridge that they loved and relied on had come within a hair's breadth of collapsing, potentially taking a busload of people with it. The incident highlighted the fragility of aging infrastructure and the importance of this little bridge to the people of Beaver. It was a stark reminder that even on the most familiar roads, danger can be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the single moment when the strain becomes too much. From a bridge that nearly collapsed, we journey to a road that is deliberately buried for half the year. Welcome to the Tateyama-Kurobe Alpine Route in Japan, and its most spectacular feature, the Tateyama Snow Corridor. This road isn't dangerous in the traditional sense of cliff-edge drops or chaotic traffic. Instead, its unique character comes from the sheer immense power of winter in the Japanese Alps. This region receives some of the heaviest snowfall on the entire planet, with accumulations often exceeding 20 meters. For most of the winter, the road is completely impassable, buried deep beneath a thick blanket of snow. But every spring, an incredible operation begins. A team of specialized snowplows, equipped with GPS to know exactly where the road is, begins the monumental task of carving a path through the frozen landscape. They don't just clear the snow, they cut a canyon through it, creating a road with towering walls of pure white on either side. Driving or walking through the corridor, which opens in mid-April, is a truly humbling experience. You are dwarfed by these immense snow walls, which can reach up to 20 meters high, the height of a 6-story building. The sky is a narrow slit of blue above you. It's a celebration of the changing seasons and a testament to human determination against the forces of nature. Nicknamed the Roof of Japan, this scenic route offers a unique perspective, allowing you to travel through the very heart of winter, even as spring is blooming in the valleys below. We've seen roads made dangerous by nature, but our next stop shows a road made nightmarish by sheer numbers and questionable design. Imagine this. You've been driving for hours on a highway, and as you approach a toll plaza, the road suddenly widens, and widens, and widens, until the 4 lanes you were on have expanded into a colossal 50-lane expanse of asphalt. This is the reality on the G4 Beijing-Hong Kong-Macau Expressway in China, and it's the recipe for one of the world's most epic traffic jams. This incredible bottleneck occurs near major toll collection points. The theory might be that more lanes mean faster processing, but the reality, especially during peak travel times like China's National Day Golden Week holiday, is the exact opposite. As millions of people hit the road to travel, these massive 50-lane plazas become a choke point. The problem is that after the toll booths, the road has to funnel back down to its original 4 lanes. This creates a colossal human and automotive logjam. The result is a traffic jam of biblical proportions. Cars are stuck for hours, sometimes even days. Aerial footage of the scene is mind-boggling. It looks less like a highway and more like a giant parking lot, with thousands of cars packed together as far as the eye can see. People get out of their cars, walk around, and wait. It's a modern marvel of immobility, a perfect storm of massive population, holiday rush, and infrastructure design that creates a level of gridlock that is almost impossible to comprehend. It's the ultimate test of a driver's patience. Let's travel now to the far north, to a place of vast emptiness and extreme conditions. This is the James W. Dalton Highway in Alaska, one of the most isolated roads in the world. Stretching for 414 miles from just north of Fairbanks all the way to the Arctic Ocean, this is not a road for the faint of heart or the unprepared. It was built in the 1970s as a supply route for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, and it retains that rugged, industrial character. For most of its length, it's a gravel road, not paved asphalt. The dangers here are numerous and relentless. The climate is brutal, with temperatures plummeting far below freezing and fierce storms that can create whiteout conditions in minutes. The road surface itself is a constant challenge, alternating between gravel that kicks up vision-obscuring clouds of dust and rocks that can crack windshields, and sections of permafrost that melt in the summer, creating a soft, unstable mud volcano effect. And then there are the trucks. This is their road. you are just a guest. These massive rigs barrel along at high speed, and you need to give them a wide berth. What truly defines the Dalton, however, is its profound isolation. There are only 3 towns along its entire length, with stretches of over 240 miles without any services. No gas, no food, no help. If you break down here, you are truly on your own, in an environment that can be lethal. You must be completely self-sufficient, carrying extra fuel, food, and survival gear. It's a journey through a vast, empty, and beautiful wilderness that is utterly indifferent to your survival. Not all road hazards are about speed, ice, or crumbling cliffs. Sometimes the most unusual roadblocks are alive. Near Bangkok, Thailand, on the highways that cut through the countryside, drivers can encounter a truly unique and majestic traffic jam. Here, it's not uncommon for the entire flow of traffic to come to a complete standstill for a very important reason. A family of wild elephants is crossing the road. These encounters often happen near national parks, like Khao Yai, where ancient elephant trails intersect with modern highways. As human development encroaches on their habitat, these gentle giants are forced to navigate our world. When a herd, often led by a matriarch, and including young calves, decides it's time to cross, everything stops. Cars and trucks pull over, engines are cut, and people watch in a mixture of awe and caution. These are wild animals, and while they are usually peaceful, they are also immensely powerful and can be unpredictable. Drivers know to give them space and respect. The elephants move at their own pace, calmly making their way across the hot asphalt, sometimes pausing to investigate a vehicle or graze on the vegetation on the side of the road. It's a beautiful, surreal, and slightly tense moment where the modern world pauses to make way for the ancient one. It's a powerful reminder that we share this planet, and sometimes the most important rule of the road is to yield to those who were here long before the roads were ever built. For our next challenge, we head to the Eastern Alps, on the border between Italy and Switzerland, to tackle a road that is a legend among driving enthusiasts, the Stelvio Pass. This isn't a road you take to get somewhere quickly. This is a road you take for the sheer, unadulterated challenge of it. From the northern side, the pass assaults you with an unrelenting series of 48 hairpin turns, each one numbered with a stone marker, counting you down as you climb towards the summit. Climbing to an elevation of over 2,757 meters, it's one of the highest paved mountain passes in the Alps. The road is a masterpiece of 19th century engineering, clinging to the mountainside like a serpent. The turns are incredibly tight, sometimes forcing you to slow to a crawl, and the gradient is steep. You are constantly turning, climbing, and fighting for position, all while being distracted by some of the most spectacular mountain scenery imaginable. It's a physical and mental workout for any driver. The challenge doesn't end with the turns. The weather can change in an instant, with snow possible even in the middle of summer. The road is narrow, and you'll be sharing it with a throng of other drivers, motorcyclists, and incredibly brave cyclists, all wanting to conquer the famous pass. It's a slow, technical, and demanding drive, but reaching the summit and looking back down at the ribbon of road you've just conquered provides an unparalleled sense of accomplishment. It's a true driver's pilgrimage. Our next road is perhaps the most bizarre on our list, because half the time, it's not a road at all. Welcome to the Maeklong Railway Market in Thailand, a place where the line between a bustling marketplace and an active railway line is completely blurred. For most of the day, this looks like any other vibrant Thai market. Vendors sell fresh fruit, vegetables, seafood, and spices from stalls set up on the ground, with low-hanging awnings providing shade. It's crowded, noisy, and full of life. But this market has a unique feature. It is situated directly on top of a live train track. Several times a day, a warning siren blares. This is the signal that a train is approaching. What happens next is a masterclass in speed and efficiency. In a matter of minutes, the vendors calmly but quickly pull back their awnings, lift their display trays, and move their produce just enough to clear the tracks. The market literally folds itself away. Then the train arrives, moving at a slow crawl, passing just inches from the neatly stacked piles of fruit and vegetables. Tourists and locals alike press themselves back to let it pass. As soon as the last carriage has gone by, with incredible speed, the vendors push everything back into place. The awnings are unfurled, and it's business as usual. It's as if the train was just a brief, noisy interruption in the day. It's an incredible spectacle of adaptation and a testament to how life can flourish in the most unusual of circumstances. For our final road, we travel to the Black Hills of South Dakota, to a road designed not for speed, but for the experience. This is Iron Mountain Road, part of the Peter Norbeck Scenic Byway. This road was intentionally designed to be slow and meandering, to force you to take your time and appreciate the stunning landscape. The engineer who designed it famously said, "You're not going to drive this road at 60 miles an hour. To do the scenery justice, you should drive it at 20. The road is famous for its pigtail bridges, wooden spiral bridges that allow the road to climb or descend rapidly in a short distance, looping over itself like a corkscrew. It has 314 curves, 14 switchbacks, and 3 tunnels in just 17 miles. It's a road that demands your full attention, a slow dance between you, your vehicle, and the landscape. It's built to frame the scenery, with each turn revealing a new, carefully composed vista of the Black Hills. The most iconic feature is the Needle's Eye Tunnel. This single-lane tunnel is blasted through a narrow spire of granite, and it is incredibly narrow, just 8 feet 4 inches wide. Driving through it feels like threading a needle, with just inches to spare on either side for most vehicles. It's so narrow that tour buses can't fit. As you emerge from the other side, the tunnel perfectly frames a distant view of Mount Rushmore. It's a piece of masterful, artistic road design, a journey meant to be savored, not rushed. And so, our journey comes to an end. From the icy terror of a Siberian bridge to the chaotic ballet of a Vietnamese city, from roads that cling to cliff sides to a market that makes way for a train. We've seen that a road is so much more than just a strip of asphalt or dirt. It's a lifeline, a challenge, a testament to human ingenuity, and sometimes a terrifying gamble. These paths test the limits of our vehicles, our skills, and our courage. They remind us that for all our modern technology, we are still at the mercy of the powerful and unpredictable environments we travel through. Each road tells a story of communities connected, of obstacles overcome, and of the raw, untamed beauty of our planet. They show us the incredible risks people take every day, whether out of necessity, like the truckers in Nepal, or for the sheer thrill of it, like the cyclists on Death Road. These places remind us to have respect for the journey, not just the destination. They are a powerful symbol of the human spirit's desire to explore, to connect, and to push forward no matter what stands in our way. The world is full of these incredible, dangerous, and beautiful paths, waiting to be explored. They are a reminder to stay curious, to stay brave, and to always be prepared for the unexpected. The greatest adventures are often found on the roads less traveled, the ones that challenge us and show us what we're really made of. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride. Until next time, stay safe and keep exploring.